Hello everyone, today we're gonna work on making some small parts. I bought these two FA2s, these are lifelikes. This one's in pretty good shape, but this one here is a mess. So these, you'll notice it says Ann Arbour, but really they have the paint scheme of the Wabash Railroad. So the Ann Arbour used to be affiliated with the Wabash somehow. And how I came across this information, I sometimes I'll buy railroad videos from Green Frog, and some of them, one of them had a bonus feature of the Wabash Railroad, and they showed these two Ann Arbour FA2s, which were really neat. So I wanted some. So I bought these. They're a little bit hard to come by. This is not the most fancy railroad model, but I wanted it. I like it. I wanted it, so I got it. The pilot here is missing. So that's what we're working on today, making some small parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some hot glue to make some molds. Here I have the cheapest dollar store hot glue gun. I have the cheapest dollar store hot glue. And we're going to use that to make a mold so that I can repair this engine. But you can make any other small part as you like. Your only limit is your creativity. Let's remove the shell from this. Let's just take a good look. There's some good, some bad on this shell. Also the side frames are missing here. I have a plan for this. So just make sure you stick till the end of the video to see how I fix this. So these are held together. There's little slits in here that hold the shell together. One of the ladders is broken, so that's something you could maybe make. You know, we can maybe make some new ladders or stirrups, but definitely we're gonna fix this. I've got the other one. The other one has all the good stuff, so we'll work on the drive system. We'll work on that till around the end of the video. We're gonna focus on just making the small parts. So I'll get the other shell out. So the second shell here is in much better shape. That gives me the shape that I need to repair the other one. Oh, it's even broken. Look at that. That should still allow me to make my mold though, even though it's broken. It's got a little scratch on the nose. I know I can fix that. Matte gray like this is pretty easy to match. So that should disappear. And it does have a broken ladder here too. So I may actually take the time to repair that. I think it would be worth it. Yeah, okay, so let's get to work. So I'm making the mold with some hot glue, but I'll be making the parts out of this UV resin. The UV resin, I got a kit like that. I'm going to put a link in the description to my website so you can buy one. The kit like that, the advantage is it comes with the UV light. And the UV light allows you to cure the resin within about 5 minutes, which is very convenient. And also the resin is clear, so you can make windows and headlight lenses. Like I said, the only limit is your imagination. Also, I watched a few other videos, people making jewelry with this process. You need a mold release agent. So some people use baby oil. That seemed to work well. We're going to experiment with this, but I have a feeling it's going to work. So I'll use the baby oil as a mold release agent. So the baby oil, you should be able to, with my toothbrush and some dish soap, just remove just remove the baby oil from the front here. So just put this all over, so I'm able to release the glue from my pilot. So put some inside as well, just in case. But that should be good. So basically I just need to get the outside edge of the pilot here. I'm just gonna build up on it very slowly. So just get the outside edge. Maybe I'll even give it a chance to cool down a bit before filling in the middle. Yeah, I'll give it a chance to cool down for a bit. Oh, and I almost forgot, the Montreal train show is June 15 and 16, so if you can make it, all proceeds go to a local charity. I'm sure glad I put the baby oil, because this would be impossible to get off without it. So I'm gonna work on this very gently to get everything off, but that should come off. It wasn't that hard to remove it. So now I'm gonna remove the baby oil with some dish soap and my toothbrush. I actually left the baby oil on there for 3 days, and it did not affect the paint. So that is really good news. I was a bit nervous there, but really happy to find out that it was okay. So I think I'm also gonna make this stirrup detail here. If I can repair that, that would be really neat. So I'm gonna be using the same approach. I'm gonna make the protect my part with some baby oil so I can remove the mold, and then I'll warm up my just to make sure nothing sticks, because it's hard to get off if it sticks. And then I'll remove the make my mold with the hot glue. Okay, so I'm just gonna take just the just enough of an edge just to situate it. I don't want to make a big mold here. You know, I don't mind making mistakes on camera like that, just to show you that I am human and that we all make mistakes. So I made a mold of a broken stirrup, so that's not gonna help me. So I make just a really small mold. I'm gonna make sure that I got all the way around. But I wanted the mold to be small. Perfect. So I'll let that cool off for a minute. Okay, let's see how easy it is to remove that. So that's going to take a little bit of work. It is stuck on there pretty good, but I'm going to work it slowly. It did come out. So now I have a stirrup detail. Try to get it to focus there. And all I need to do is make use my UV resin to make the final result. Anyways, this is an experiment, but so far it's working good. Can't complain. Now's the time to see if this is gonna work. So if you want a resin kit like that, I have a link in the description. So it comes with these little cups, which I don't think I'm gonna need, but I do need the resin. So I looked in the instructions a little bit. They say there's also a map. Actually, I am going to use that because I don't want to dirty my table. And there's the UV light and the instructions. Let's check out this UV light. That comes, I think, with a little power supply. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. And that's got its own little manual. I'm going to keep the box because I don't think I'm going to be using this every day. So I'm going to keep the box just to keep it stored. There's little legs and you can see little UV lights. That's going to go like that. And then I'm going to plug this in. Now they say the process releases some fumes. So you have to go in a well vented area. And also don't look at the light while it's working. You can also have a timer. That's really cool. I'm going to leave it under the light for 5 minutes. Also, if it's really small parts, they will set up faster. If it's a big part, it will take longer. And if you have a translucent mold, it will set up quicker, which I have. You know, my hot glue is translucent. So that's perfect. Alright, let's set this up on the locomotive and we'll put some resin into it. Perfect. So I use still some baby oil as a mold release agent. If you don't use that, it's going to be impossible to release the mold. So I'm using a syringe. I got this from the dollar store. Obviously not every dollar store is going to carry this because of the drug epidemic, but I think you can order them online, and that's going to allow me to put the resin more precisely. And I've got some paper towel to sponge up the excess. And oftentimes with resin there's an issue with bubbles, so I'm going to take my time and look at all possible bubbles and make it really neat before I put it under the UV light. It is surprisingly good at self-leveling. Also note the reaction is exothermic, so it gets pretty hot. What that means to you is, because I'm using hot glue, that could become a problem. The other videos I watched, it wasn't an issue, but we'll see what happens. This is an experiment. So you can add some if necessary. I was missing a little bit of resin on the corners there, so I added some and I let it go for another 5 minutes, so 10 minutes total. Also, my syringe was close to the light, so it's set up. The syringe is set up, so that's toast. Alright, let's see if I can get that mold off. So obviously it's on pretty that resin is like glue. So that looks like it is gonna let go. I'm being very careful to take my time. So yeah, oh look at that. That looks awesome. I am gonna have to trim a little bit here and there, but altogether I like the way this looks, and it's pretty strong. I don't think it's as strong as the original plastic, but it's gonna work. I'm happy with that. So it needs painting obviously, but the main benefit, the second benefit of this is if I'm missing a headlight lens, I can replace it. Or windows, you can make windows with this. If you have a caboose, actually I'm gonna do that. If you have a caboose, you can put windows in your caboose in no time at all. Yeah, or even passenger cars. You have old passenger cars and the windows are missing. Boom, I'm going to make the little stirrups and ladders now. I'm not going to lie to you, this is really satisfying. So I'm going to keep going. I still have to do one more here. I finished up all the ladders on this one. And then there was one ladder broken on this one, so that got fixed. Nice and easy. And then some of the cabooses are pretty hard to split apart. Backman, they glue the bottoms to the tops. This is an old Atlas caboose, and it's pretty easy to split it. So we're gonna put windows in this. All you need is a piece of Scotch tape. Take your Scotch tape and mask up the windows. We'll be doing just one side at a time here. And I'm gonna split up the cupola. Split up the cupola. We'll do the cupola separate. So I'll just do these 3 windows to start. So you just fill them in, and 5 minutes to set under the UV light. Oh, that's really stuck on there. And this is what you get. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go all around like that. I used the clear tape on the cupola with much better result. I suggest you use that as well. The translucent tape, not so good, but the clear tape, much better job. A lot happier with that. So here's my final result. So I'll be using this technique in the future for sure. So in the meantime, I'm going to focus on finishing up these engines. I've got to do a little painting. I mixed up 2 drops of the Admiral Blue and 1 drop of the black, and that ended up matching the paint very closely. Remember how in the beginning I told you I had a way to fix this missing side frame? Turns out that a lot of these FA2s, they were sold as powered and dummy units. And the dummy units are exactly the same as the powered unit, except there's nothing really nothing in here to look at, but they have side frames, so I'm going to use the side frames from a dummy unit to put on my good powered unit. So that's going to fix that. So you just push the little shaft, just push it out, and then you cannot pull this off because it's welded in there, so you can only wiggle it a little bit. So we're going to use that action. Careful, because I've installed this part upside down in the past like that, so definitely check that before you put it on. So you're just going to have just a little bit of wiggle room. So you have to wiggle this over, nice and easy. So just wiggle it over, and then it's just going to snap into place, just like that. So I'm going to clean the wheels, and then we'll put everything back together. Now I can put the shell back on. Should snap right into place. Perfect. Looks really good with those new stirrups. And now it's time to run some trains. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.